The Enlightenment is really the beginning of the story of the Jew in the modern world, and there's tremendous lessons we can learn from this period of time. The whole focus of the Enlightenment, not for Jews, but for Europe in general, Western Europe, was nationalism and rationalism. My primary identity, it's no longer Christian, it's that I'm a citizen of a country. And religion is not as important. Rational thinking is important. And out of the Enlightenment comes the growth of liberal democracy, industrial revolution, huge leaps forward in civic rights and in technology and standard of living and lifestyle. And also for the Jews, it led to a unique phenomenon in Jewish history, the mass emancipation of Jews. Out of the ghettos of Europe come the Jewish people, finally given civic rights, to be citizens of countries, to be able to go to universities and to serve in armies and to be doctors and lawyers and politicians. And this period of time represents really one of the greatest challenges for the Jewish people. It's easy to stay Jewish. I know it sounds strange when you're living in a hostile environment, when your neighbor is some toothless, illiterate, anti-Semitic peasant who's pogroming through your village every few months. This is not a problem for intermarriage and assimilation. Your kids are not going to play with his. But when finally we find ourselves in an environment that is seemingly open and accepting, when Jews have the same rights, when we're treated as citizens, when we live in communities where our neighbors are perfectly nice to us, non-Jewish people, and our children play with theirs. This is the great Jewish challenge. And we learn from this one of the great lessons, that we Jews have been in every situation in history. We've been rich, we've been poor, we've been enslaved, we've been free. Ironically, the hardest state to stay Jewish in is when we're in fact emancipated, when we're free, and when we have the opportunity to enter another culture freely. It's that situation which leads to much greater destruction of the Jewish people, albeit not through physical extermination and pogroms and ghettoizations and holocausts, but through a much more dangerous threat, which is basically mass assimilation. And we see the process that began hundreds of years ago after the French Revolution with the enlightenment of the Jewish people in Europe continues today and has led to the disappearance, literally, of millions and millions of Jews from this world.